Hey folks, it's me, Jake Baldino. It's that time of the year, the end of the year, where we gotta break down some of our favorite games of 2017, and it has been quite a year. I know I always say that 2015 has been a crazy year, but it's been a really great year for video games. But it was, and I think there were a lot of really big disappointments this year, but on the flip side, there are a mountain of really good games. Like, we're kind of all overwhelmed. It's been a good year for us here. We've met more of you. We've grown. We got a new coffee pot. Ah! We're also getting kicked out of this building. There's a lot going on, but we're going to be running down our choices this year a little bit differently. If you do watch the Friday show or if you follow us closely, we have a bit more going on this year. You guys were able to submit your own choices for Game of the Year. So now we're going to present our choices and your choices, so we're all held accountable for our bad decisions. Now, of course, this is going to be one big agree to disagree because everyone has different tastes, but I am looking forward to hearing yours down in the comments. If you have your own top 5 or your own top 10, let us know, and also consider sharing it on Discord because we're kind of building up a fun community over there. We've already met a ton of different people. Discord.gg/Gameranx is the place to find us if we want to hang out over there. The video boys hang out over there. Falcon's there sometimes, so consider checking it out. But we might as well roll right into it, starting off with our first category, Best Music.
Cuphead, Nier Automata, Persona 5, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
This was the hard decision for us. We debated this one for a while, but ultimately we went with Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle because that orchestrated score is mind-blowing, and it almost does some of the Mario themes better than Super Mario Odyssey did. And no discount to that game at all, which also has great music, but Mario Rabbids really kind of stepped it up, and it sounded just so cinematic and really just had a lot of production value behind it that we were so into it. But speaking of production value, you guys chose Cuphead, which I'm not going to disagree with at all because we were arguing back and forth between Mario Rabbids and Cuphead, because it is definitely worth giving props to Cuphead for having fully orchestrated, fully composed, big band swing music that is really unique, so we're gonna give him some love for that. But let's move on to our next category with Best Mobile Game.
Wiz Khalifa's Weed Farm, Monument Valley 2, Fire Emblem Heroes, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, Old Man's Journey.
All right, so it looks like we're all in agreements with this one. This was all you guys. The winner for both Gameranx and the community is Wiz Khalifa's Weed Farm.
Hell yeah, it is.
Why is it good? I didn't play it.
You harvest it, you give it to an Escalade that rolls up, and it plays some dub music, and then you grow the weed all over again. The numbers go higher.
Game of the year. Don't take anything too seriously. Nah, it's actually a really good idea. Come here. You want to just say it real quick?
What?
You want to swap in and out? That would actually be a good. You want to do that? Let's do that.
What?
Just fucking get here.
Do you want a chair to stand on?
Jake, I'm not dressed for this.
It's fine. You should
I
be.
look like a schlub.
You should be.
Jake just wearing a black t-shirt.
I'm
sure.
You're not. I'm dressed like a schlub too.
Hey, this isn't Jake anymore. This is me. It's Andrew, the not so new guy. Can I do that? While we did get a lot of big disappointments this year, we also got a lot of surprises and games that actually just came out of the woodwork and out of nowhere and surprised all of us. So this category is biggest surprise of 2017, and the nominees are
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Sonic Mania, Hellblade, Nier Automata, and Golf Story.
So for us, we went with Hellblade, a game that really surprised all of us because just the amount of work that went into it, from the audio design to the mocap from Melina Juergens. I can't say her name, but she did an amazing job, and this was her first time doing it, and all of that just kind of makes that game so special and so amazing. And you guys picked PUBG, which is no surprise. We here at the office, we all love that game as well.
Woo! Yeah.
I see a fan over there. But yeah,
It's me. It's Jay.
it's no surprise that you guys picked that. The game really just burst onto the scene, came out of nowhere, and really took over the topic of gaming, really. That's all anyone talked about. And then Battlefront 2 for the other half of the year.
Rest in peace. But now let's move on to one of my favorite categories, Best Action Adventure Game. This one was a tough one. Roll it.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Neo, and Assassin's Creed Origins.
This is rough. This was pretty neck and neck, and this is honestly how I see the rest of this whole video going. Horizon Zero Dawn was our choice. Your choice was Zelda Breath of the Wild. To be completely fair, both games with absolutely beautiful worlds filled with things to do, but just also still very different action-adventure games. Either way, I think they're both definitely worth playing, but I guess at the end of the day, it comes down to what platform you have. But regardless, let's move on. We've come up with a new category this year, one we think is a pretty good reflection of 2017, and that is Best Old Game Put on Nintendo Switch. So the nominees for that are
Skyrim, Stardew Valley, Rocket League, Mario Kart 8, and Overcooked.
You can't give a Game of the Year to Nintendo Switch.
We give Game of the Year to PC.
Nintendo Switch is my game of the year.
If
not a game.
If Nintendo Switch is so good, why isn't there a Nintendo Switch 2 announced? Adding up your votes, it looks like you guys have went with Skyrim. Are you guys trolling? That's fine. It actually makes perfect sense on Nintendo Switch, but our choices here, we went with, if you followed our categories last year, you probably know. What do we pick, boys?
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley is a great game. It was one of our favorite games last year, but now on the Nintendo Switch, it makes even more sense. So if you are down with Nintendo Switch, you should consider Stardew Valley. Next up is Best Open World Game. For a while, the category of open world game has become kind of stale and generic, but this year, we got a lot of good shit. So the nominees are
Horizon Zero Dawn, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Assassin's Creed Origins, Ghost Recon Wildlands, and Sniper Elite 4.
Now for this one, we're gonna start with our choice. The winner is Assassin's Creed Origins. I think just because they really did a good job of kind of turning the Assassin's Creed formula on its head, and this time it doesn't feel stale. The Assassin's Creed open world stuff, the maps filled with things and bullshit to do, has started to get kind of old, but somehow Assassin's Creed Origins makes it all feel kind of compelling again. At least it did for us here playing it, so that's why we picked it. But you guys chose Zelda Breath of the Wild. Our next category is Best Indie Game, a scene that is getting bigger and bigger every year and making it really hard to choose with stuff like this. But let's roll the nominees.
Pyre, Golf Story, Battle Chef Brigade, Night in the Woods, and Nidhogg 2.
And it looks like the blowout winner for this is Night in the Woods, a game that is like deeply personal. It looks really cool. And it made me think and feel a lot of things. Yeah, I got sad. I hate my life. Life sucks, but at least you're a cute cat. I can relate. But we should go into our next category. We're moving right along. Let's talk about best style. Style in a game isn't graphics, raw graphical power. It's just how the game comes across, whether it's art style, music, presentation, or how it all comes together and just makes it awesome. And sometimes that just makes a game that much better. So let's see what the nominees are.
Cuphead, Super Mario Odyssey, and Persona 5. The winner is, for our pick, Cuphead. And the community choice is Cuphead as well.
Cuphead's good. Cuphead's great. You can't really argue with the style. Every frame of every animation, every attack, every bit of motion was hand-drawn painstakingly. The backgrounds were all painted, the music fully composed, the art style all designed to make it look like a 1930s cartoon, and it's just awesome. Next category is Best First-Person Shooter. There were quite a bit this year from all different avenues, from hardcore PC multiplayer style ones to single-player experiences. There's a lot of good shit. So let's get into those nominees.
Call of Duty World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Quake Champions, and Destiny 2. Our pick for winner is Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus, and also the community chooses Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus.
And you know what? That's good because it shows me and it shows all of us kind of single player games aren't dead, especially not single player first person shooter campaigns, because Wolfenstein 2 is insane. It's really good, it's really fun, it's challenging, it's bloody, it's gory, it's metal as hell, but it also does really great things with seriousness, really weird absurdity, and surrealism, and it does all these different things that you don't really see in a video game while also just being a game where you blow people's heads off, and it's kind of just a perfect combination of everything. This next one's pretty tragic. This is what I alluded to in the start of the video, and that's the biggest disappointment of 2017. There were actually quite a few, and some of them were pretty unexpected, but here are the nominees.
Mass Effect Andromeda, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Destiny 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and Yooka-Laylee.
And it looks like both us and the community has chosen Star Wars Battlefront 2, which as a huge Star Wars fan, absolutely breaks my heart. For me, it was neck and neck between this and Mass Effect Andromeda, but at least you can argue some merits there. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is ultimately a disappointment just because of the business model of the game and the fact that even just playing it isn't as fulfilling as it could be. There is a lovingly crafted game in there somewhere deep down, but after the game has been embroiled in so much controversy, it really is just a damn shame.
Am I in frame? Hey there, I'm Tom. I am the camera guy, editor, tech guy. You've probably heard me on the other side of the camera on a Friday show or any other videos like this. And I'm here to talk about the best RPG of 2017. And the nominees are
Divinity, Original Sin 2, Persona 5, Xenoblade, Golf Story, and Pyre.
All right, and for best JRPG, we actually landed on the same thing as the community vote, which is Persona 5. Persona 5 is a fantastic, long, meaty JRPG that we can...
Ew.
Yeah, long and meaty. It's got great characters. It's got a really good story. It's got an amazing style. Some of the best UI stuff I've seen in a video game yet. I mean, granted, it's not Persona 4, and a whole bunch of people didn't get to play it because it is so long, but if you haven't, you really should.
Next up, we have Best Multiplayer. This is a tricky category because we saw a lot of games that released last year kind of have a second coming and be updated and become really incredible experiences that otherwise may not have been. And so we tried to just keep this category down to games that have released this year and have possibly taken us by storm. So the nominees are
Fortnite, Splatoon 2, PUBG, Nidhogg 2, and Destiny 2.
And big surprise, this is going to cause a lot of arguments, but you guys picked it and we picked it. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is the winner. A game that technically, yes, while you guys voted for it, was an early access game. Now it's got its full 1.0 release on PC, and I think it's great. Yes, it's not perfect, but it has so much charm. But its fun factor is just so unbeatable. The game is great, whether you're playing online with friends or randos. It's something you should absolutely check out. Even if you just have Xbox One, you should play that version, even if it's not that great. You should really just experience PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for yourself. Not everybody's gonna dig it, but it looks like 20 million people have, and it's a good time. Next up, we're going to talk about our most anticipated game for 2018. There's a lot to look forward to because the video game hype cycles never really end, but there's some good stuff, so let's roll those nominees.
And here are the nominees for most anticipated game: Marvel's Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Monster Hunter World, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Our choice is the upcoming Marvel Spider-Man game because, oh my god, have you seen it? I don't know what else to say about it. What should I say about it?
Miles in it.
It's got Miles Morales, it's got web swinging, it's got Spider-Man. It's being developed by Insomniac. Fingers crossed for that one. But you guys chose, hang on, I forgot. Red Dead Redemption 2. Yep. Got nothing to say about that. Yeah, of course. We're down to the final category, and that is Game of the Year. This was a hard one. We argued about this one a lot. This was a huge debate between us. We were also really surprised to see what you guys submitted as the winner. But let's get into it. Roll those nominees, Falcon.
The nominees are Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Horizon Zero Dawn,
Raising up ancient machines, and I've seen their leader.
From the depths, I will raise an army, a storm of shadows.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Persona 5,
Let's focus and get moving. This is the best part of being a phantom thief. Yep, good stuff. I'm satisfied.
Hellblade, Resident Evil 7,
What is that?
Fortnite,
Or use gadgets that will help you and your team. Manage your resources well, and you can be fully prepared for whatever is headed your way.
Nier Automata, Super Mario Odyssey,
With this new ability, Mario can explore to his heart's content.
And now, by unanimous decision from the people, who watch Gameranx and the people who make Gameranx, the game of the year for 2017 is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's good. It's good. Yes, good job. Good job, Zelda. You did it. You made the great game. I like Zelda a lot. This was really kind of a...
You say unanimous decision, but we all didn't agree on this.
Yeah,
you
everyone that
didn't.
mattered did.
You're that guy. We had to represent. We had to have
It's a
the one
bad
person.
game.
You think it's bad?
It is my least favorite Zelda game. It's worse than Majora's Mask, which is trash. It's worse than Skyward Sword, which is trash.
Get the sword. Get the sword. Get
Hold
this
on, come
fucker.
here.
Get the fuck. Get
Piece
the
of shit.
We have to have equal representation
We
here.
need to
so-
talk about Nier. We need to talk.
We didn't talk about Nier.
Yeah, you like
Okay.
sad robots? Because Nier is a game all about sad
Okay,
robots. Let's
yeah.
talk about some sad robots.
We didn't talk about Fortnite at all. We didn't talk about.
I don't think we need to talk about Fortnite.
Hey, you know what? They're all not as good as Zelda. Fuck you. Get fucked.
PUBG's
Get out of here.
the perfect video game.
Well, it's been a year. Thank you guys for watching us like all the time, consistently. Hang out with us here, Discord, wherever, and voting. That's huge. We're going to go take a break because we've been making videos nonstop, 24 days a
God.
week, 7 days a week, 24 hours. So we'll see you guys. We want to hear what your picks, game of the year. Let us know in the comments. Follow us on Twitter. You'll see it down here. But as always, I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. Pizza's on us. You can stop touching me. Get the